And in this video I am going to solve Leetcode 608 question tree node, and this comes under medium category. They have given a table called tree and their column names and their respective data types, ID, p underscore id, both belonging to integer data types. So id is the column with unique values for this table. Each row of this table contains information about the id of a node and the id of its parent node in a tree. Okay, this id is the id of the node, PID is the parent id. Okay, so the given structure is always a valid tree. All right. So then they have given each node in the tree can be of three types. Leaf, if the node is a leaf node. Root, if the node is the root of the tree. Inner, if the node is neither a leaf node nor a root node. Write a solution to report the types of each node in the tree. Return the result table in any order. All right. So first of all, you need to have a basic knowledge about trees, but no worries, you might have learned in your previous classes, but it's okay if you're not. I will explain it to you. So they have given a tree. Okay. So basically what you need to understand in a tree are, these are called as nodes. Okay. So here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are called as nodes. Okay. So there are different types of node. You have root node, leaf node, and inner node. And how do you identify that? So here you can see 1 is a parent node. Okay, here it is a parent of 2 and 3. Okay, and 1 does not have a parent, so 1 here is a root node. So basically a root node is a node which is a parent, but it does not have any parent. Okay, so then coming to 2, it has a children, right? 4 and 5. So it is a parent of 4 and 5, and it also has a parent which is 1. So it is a inner node, basically a node which is a parent and which also has a parent is a inner node. Okay. So coming to the node 3, 4, 5. So 4 and 5 has a parent node which is 2, and the 3 node has a parent which is 1. But 3, 4, 5 does not have any children. So they are not a parent. So these types of nodes are called as leaf node. Okay. So what they have given is, let me go through this example. They have given a table which has two columns. One is ID and another one is parent ID. And using these two values, you need to identify what these each type of node are, which type of node are there. Either they are root, leaf node, or inner node. Okay. So how do you do that? So what you can do is, whenever a parent ID is null, meaning that it does not have a parent ID. So for example, here it is 1, right? For ID 1, it does not have any parent. So the parent ID here will be null. So that would be considered as a root node. So beside 1, you need to write a root, okay, type of the node. So, and for 2, it has a parent node, parent ID, which is 1. So it has a parent, okay. And 3 also has a parent which is 1. Yeah. And 4 has a parent which is 2, and 5 has a parent which is 2. So 2 has a parent which has a parent ID 1, and 2 is also a parent for the child or for the ID 5. So this is a inner node. Okay. So whenever a node has a parent, here in the case 2 has a parent which is 1, and 2 also is a parent of the ID 5. Okay, so that is an inner node. And for coming to 3, 4, 5, here 3, 4, 5, you can see that 3, 4, 5, 3 as a parent ID 1. So 3 has a parent which is 1, and 4 and 5 as a parent which is 2. But they don't belong to parent. They does not they are not a parent. So they are not in this parent ID column. So those are considered as a leaf node. So beside here it should be, here it should be root, here it should be inner, here it should be leaf, leaf, leaf. Okay, so that's the result that they are expecting. And how exactly can you write the SQL query for this? So what you can do is, you can use the case when statement, and you can give a condition. So if this is the condition, if PID is null, then you need to return the type as root. If if the parent ID is not a null, and it is not there in a PID, so then you can return the type of node as leaf node. Else the only node which is left is inner node. So that's how you're going to write it down. So let me write the SQL query and I'll make you understand while writing it. Okay. So from the table called tree, what you need to do is you need to select ID because we need the ID in the output table, right? So type how you're going to use. You are going to use a case when clause. So case when p underscore ID is null. Here in this case, for ID1, the PID is null. So what I'm going to return, it is a root node. Okay, so then I'm going to write it as root. Okay, okay. When ID, so this ID 3, okay, 3, 4, and 5, okay, so they're not there in PID, okay, so then these are considered as a reef node, meaning it has a parent, but it is not a parent, okay, so that's what I'm going to write it here. So when ID not in, I'm going to write a select p underscore ID from the table called 3, okay, where p underscore ID is not null because it should not be null, because whenever it is null, it's a root node, right? So I'm eliminating that condition. So when the 1, 1, 2, 2, these rows will be considered, okay, is not null. So it is not, so what it is going to do is when ID is not present in these, that is 1, 1, 2, 2, if they are not present in the given set of values, then that node is considered as a leaf node, okay, so and then I'm going to name it as leaf, okay. Else there is only one condition, that is inner node, right? So I'm going to name it as inner. That's what they have given, okay. So whenever you're using a case when statement, you need to end that clause, okay, so I'm going to write it as end, and what they have aliased it as type, right? So that is what I'm going to do. Let me copy it and I will write as type, okay, so that's what is done. And they have given that you can return the result table in any order, so you don't have to worry about the order by clause and all. So let me run it and see whether it runs and gives the same output as the expected. Okay, okay, I guess yeah, so as you can see, let me run it again. The window was down, so I slided it up. Okay, so as you can see, it has accepted. The output is same as the expected, and the case 2 is also proper. All right, so let me submit it and see whether it passes all the test cases or not. Okay, it's running. All right, it passes all the test cases and it is accepted. That's great. And this is the solution for the Leetcode question 608 3-node. I hope you have understood the explanation for this question. And thank you for watching. Have a great day.